So my thought today is about God standing, and it's come from the book of 1 Samuel. Let's have a look. So it says in 1 Samuel chapter 3, from around verse 3, the lamp of God had not yet gone out, and Samuel was lying in the temple of Yahweh, where the ark of God was. Then Yahweh called out to Samuel, and he said, "Here I am." And he ran to Eli and said, "Here I am, because you called me." But he said, "I did not call you. Go back and lie down." And so he went and lay down. And Yahweh called to Samuel again. So Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, because you called me." And he said, "I did not call you, my son. Go back and lie down." Now Samuel did not yet know Yahweh, and the word of Yahweh had not been revealed to him. Again, Yahweh called out to Samuel a third time. So he got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, because you called me." Then Eli realized that it was Yahweh that was calling to the boy. So Eli said to Samuel, "Go, lie down. If he calls you again, then you must say, 'Speak, Yahweh, because your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went and lay down in his place. And Yahweh came and stood there and called out as before, "Samuel, Samuel." And Samuel said, "Speak, because your servant is listening." Now, I've heard that preached on a number of times, and people are often going to the phrase, "Here I am, speak, Lord, your servant is listening," which is absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to live by that. Speak, Yahweh, your servant is listening. I want to go where God sends me. But there's two other parts that really stuck out to me as I read this recently. And one of them is Eli. He's an old man, eyesight was getting dim, he's sleeping, he's being woken up, but he's not really thinking. And he just says, "I didn't call you, you're mad, go back to sleep." It takes Eli several attempts, 3 times, to think, do you know what? This is probably God. And how often do we sometimes miss God because we don't realize that it's God? Sometimes God has to knock again and again, call us again and again. And here's the other thing that I love. Verse 10, then Yahweh came and stood there and called out as before, "Samuel, Samuel." I've never read that. Well, I've read that lots of times, but I've never noticed that Yahweh came and stood there. Yahweh was there, and he called his name, Samuel, Samuel. God knows us intimately and personally, and he stands before us calling our name, calling us towards a purpose that he has for us. We have an appointment with God. So listen out. Maybe it'll take you a few times to hear, but start listening for God calling your name.